On our series of going deeper with God, we have to ask ourselves some questions. So join me at the table as we ask our second question is, how bad do you want it? Our last session we asked, is there more? And we said yes, according to John 10:10. Our second question is, how bad do you want it? And the story I want to use is found in Numbers. And this is the story of Joshua and Caleb being sent out by Moses. But I want to read to you, before they ever were sent out, what Moses got from the Lord. Numbers 13, verse 1 and 2. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the people of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a chief among them. Right here, God already said, you're going to go look at this land, but I've already given it to you. So before the 12 were sent out, before Joshua and Caleb were ever sent out, there was a promise that God said to Moses, it's yours. Go spy it out. So then we look in verse 17, where Moses sends out, because it lists all the names of the people that went. Joshua and Caleb are among the ones that we remember, right? And Moses sends them out in verse 17. In verse 21, he says, hey, while you're looking at the land, bring back some of its goods from the land so we can see for ourselves what this land looks like. And then verse 25, they went there and they spied the land out for 40 days. So here they come back after 40 days on their journey of spying out the land. And then 26, it even says they had to have people carry the fruit. They had to work together to carry the fruit because it was so luscious and just big. And just as it says, a land flowing with milk and honey, the land that they were going to just be given just to go in and possess. It was great. And then we start in verse 27 that says, and they, being the ones that were sent out, told him, which is Moses, we came to the land to which you sent us. It flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. They're saying, hey, you're exactly right. What God told you about this land, and you told us, it is. It's flowing with milk and honey. Look at the fruit we got. But, however, the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. And besides, we saw descendants of Anak there. And then it goes on to say that they saw these people there. And then in verse 30, Caleb stood up and said, be quiet. Here it is, you started out saying it's good, and then you started saying, but what about this, and then this and that? And Caleb said, be quiet. Hold up. So he goes on to say, let us go at once and occupy it, for we are well able to overcome. He remembers what Moses said, that God said, it's your land. You're going to go. Just look at the land I'm giving you. Go and spy it out to see how good I am to you. And he says, we can do it. Then the men who had gone with him said, we're not able to go against the people. They're stronger than we are. So they brought to the people of Israel a bad report in the land that they had spied out, saying, the land though which we had gone to spy it out is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people that we saw in it are of great height. They said, you are right. It is flowing. It is working. It's good. But we're only grasshoppers in the sight of the people that live there. How are we going to get those people out? So they were doubting the promise of God. But Joshua and Caleb really wanted it. They wanted to go in at once and take it. Not only because it was a promise, but because they knew it was a promise. They saw it, and then they said, let's go, because we've already been given it. You know, the life that we are to have more abundantly has already been given to us. How bad do you want that more abundant life? How bad do you want the promises of God operating in your life? Then you've got to be like Joshua and Caleb and silence the naysayers, silence the distractions, and say, I'm going in and I'm going to possess the promises of God because I really want it.